Hi, YouTubers. Something important, so something damn important. So, anyway, I'm at the garage again in my parents' house. Guess what I'm doing? You can guess what I'm doing. Oh, you can guess, baby. I'm smoking a nice big ass cigars, the big ass cigar for life. Anyway, the house of keeping, smoking this Gran Habano cigar, nice big ass cigars, the big ass cigar for life. Anyway, that's a Gran Habano Corojo number 5 Habano. Pretty nice big ass cigars, the big ass cigar for life. Big ass cigar. Anyway, so yes, I'm at my parents' house right now in Massachusetts. We say Massachusetts because it's so damn cold here, damn hot here, damn. And it's actually very damn warm right now. So today has been a very warm day here in Massachusetts. Definitely not cold, not damn cold, but not quite damn hot. So I wouldn't say it's the point where it's damn hot, but neither is it damn cold. I'd say it's a very sunny day up here. It's very warm, very sunny, nice weather, beautiful weather. So finally, I think spring is finally here. A lot of things are blooming finally. The spring is here, the flowers are blooming, and finally winter is over. We've had a long, crappy winter here in Massachusetts, super cold winter, crappy winter, And yeah, I also want to mention I am drinking now some seltzer water. So this is non-alcohol, it's seltzer water. That is some mango lemonade flavored seltzer water. Nice big ass sparkling water like the big ass cigar. Just being silly ass like the big ass cigar. Obviously it's not alcohol. So even though for the last damn time I am 31 years old. So for the last damn time I'm 31 years old. But obviously non-alcoholic. So anyway, yeah, big ass cigar. I want to give you guys a recap of my week. Oh, this cigar is producing a lot of smoke. One thing I noticed about cigars, big ass cigars, is when they are a little bit on the dry side. I'm not talking about like stale cigars, but when they're a little bit on the dry side, they do tend to produce a lot of smoke. It might just be that it's very sunny outside and I'm noticing the smoke more as opposed to the winter time. But man, this cigar is producing a lot of smoke. So anyway, that's why I keep the garage door open, is because it would get really crappy and smoky in here. So really crappy and shitty and smoky in here. So yeah, not to breathing your own secondhand smoke. It's really bad for you, especially if you're a cigar smoker. So yeah, recap my week here in Massachusetts. So yeah, so I worked Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at Roche Brothers, the grocery store, doing the carts, nice big ass carts like the big ass cigar. Yeah, had a very nice week. Did the carts and yeah, worked 17 hours, my usual schedule, typical ass schedule like the big ass cigar. And yeah, had a pretty quiet week, pretty good week, well, pretty good week overall. And then let's see, Thursday, I had an appointment with a doctor, nice big ass doctor like the big ass cigar. Not gonna say who, obviously not gonna name names. And yeah, so had an appointment on Thursday, kind of a quiet appointment, and then I had a kind of a quiet Thursday overall. Had a pretty subtle day, and then Friday today, I had a nice day today. I went out. I had a nice day today. I went out with my counselor and did some errands, and also had lunch. I had I'm not sure how many of you have a Moe's near you. It's a kind of a Mexican place. It's kind of like a better version of like Taco Bell. I mean, like Taco Bell is kind of like the on a hierarchy. On a hierarchy, Taco Bell is kind of like the lowest of the low. It's not that it's not to say that it tastes bad, and I'm not trying to dox Taco Bell, whatever. But it's like Taco Bell is definitely on the lowest of the low, because obviously like the best of the best would be like a 5-star Mexican dining restaurant. That would be like the best of the best, like premium Mexican food. But Orban, yeah, Taco Bell's kind of like on the low end, because obviously it's pretty processed overall. And Moe's is kind of like a step up from Taco Bell. It's definitely typical like Mexican food. You can get tacos, you can get burritos. Excuse me. Tacos, burritos, that kind of stuff, and they have like burrito bowls. But Moe's is a little bit higher quality. I think the food tastes a little bit better than like Taco Bell, for example. Now, there's another place that's actually even higher quality, but quite a bit more expensive. Called Chipotle. I'm not sure how many of you have a Chipotle near you. And Chipotle is very, very nice, but it's very expensive. And that's probably on the high end of the Mexican restaurants. It's not. I mean, I would say Chipotle is the highest level, aside from like a sit-down restaurant. Chipotle's really not a sit-down restaurant. Chipotle, some of them do serve alcohol. They do serve beer. They'll have like Corona beer, not coronavirus, but Corona beer, or they'll have like Blue Moon, Sam Adams, Heineken beer. But yeah, some Chipotles, not Coronas, some Chipotles have a partial liquor license, like a malt license, and a few of them actually have the Angry Orchard hard cider, which I actually like. So obviously when I'm with my counselor, I can't drink on company time, but obviously if I was by myself, I could obviously drink by myself. So yeah, Chipotle I would say is the best in terms of Mexican restaurants. It's not like a sit-down restaurant. Really, if you want something better than Chipotle, you really have to go to like an actual sit-down, like a formal dining restaurant, such as there's one in Massachusetts. That's somewhere near me. There's a lot of them near me, but that's more like a sit down where you actually order from a menu. They have a full liquor license. They have margaritas. They have they give you free chips and dip and that kind of crap. This kind of crap. But in terms of like fast food, not really fast food, not like McDonald's or Burger King, but like fast food. In terms of your in and out, just quick fast food, I'd say Chipotle is probably the best. Their food really tastes fresh. Like when you're eating Chipotle Mexican food, it really tastes fresh. And Moe's is not bad food. It's a lot cheaper. It's a hell of a lot more cheaper. Orban went off. But Moe's, I would say, is a little bit more processed tasting. It's definitely a little bit more processed tasting. And my dad, nice big ass dad, like the big ass cigar, he is not a big fan of Moe's. He does not like Moe's. It's not to say we're doxing Moe's or making fun of Moe's or being an ass towards Moe's. Yeah, big ass, like the big ass cigar. But it's just like, he's not as much of a fan of Moe's as opposed to Chipotle, and I would have to tend to agree with him. I do like Moe's. It's like, but in terms of like comparing it to Chipotle, Chipotle tastes really fresh. It's like I know there were some issues a few years back with people being a little bit concerned about going to Chipotle because there were some issues in the Boston area, but that's all resolved now. It hasn't been an issue for many years. So. I'm not concerned about going to Chipotle, so some people are. So birds in the background, not turds, birds in the background. So yeah, Chipotle is really fresh. I mean, I really like Chipotle because they have like really super fresh. Their food tastes really fresh in general. So I've said that enough times. Aside from that, that's what we did today. Is we went to Moe's, And then we went to Target to walk around. Target, which is like a shopping center, so like a major department store. It's like kind of like a Walmart. So I'm not sure how many of you have a Target near you. Probably most of you do. So it's like a nicer version of like a Walmart. So anyway, I also got a couple lottery tickets, scratch off tickets, scratch off cards. One with my counselor, I actually won $1, and then I got another ticket I lost. That's unfortunate. It was only a $1 ticket, so $1, it's not really a big deal. So yeah, $1 you're not gonna miss. And then I was a little bit concerned because obviously my ID card expired last week, and I was like, am I gonna get carded? And the nice thing is, the guy who was working at the convenience store, the little mini mart, he obviously knew me, so he obviously didn't card me. So that's good. And then I went to Roche Brothers, and I got another scratch ticket, and I unfortunately lost. So I only spent $2 today. $2 on lottery tickets per week is not a big deal. It's like, obviously you see problems when you start seeing these people, like the senior citizens, not to stereotype, people spending like, $50 a week. It's like, come on. It's like $50 a week, $100 a week. That's just ridiculous. I'm not going to spend like $50 a week on scratch tickets. It's like, $5 or $3. It's like, not a big deal. Some people spend $3 or $5 on, candy. It's like, fucking candy. It's like, But I mean, I'm not going to spend $25 or $30 or $50 a week on, lottery tickets, unless I was like at a casino or something like that, unless there was like a really legitimate reason why I would spend that kind of money. It's like, so, and then I actually did go to another liquor store, not the typical ass liquor store, but a different liquor store. And I actually bought a small bottle of wine, and I was a little bit concerned because obviously my ID card expired. I was like, I hope I don't get carded. So, because currently I don't have a valid ID card because my ID card expired. And thankfully, the guy who's working there, he knew me, he knows me very well, and obviously he knows I'm obviously over 21 for the last damn time, because for the last damn time I'm 31 years old. And he's like, oh, hello. And I'm like, oh yeah. And I just get a bottle of wine. He's like, oh yeah, you're fine. So that's the nice thing about like a little mom and pop store, is that everyone knows you, everyone knows you, and you're kind of like a regular there. So it's kind of a nice thing, because as opposed to like a major like warehouse store, like obviously I couldn't go to Wegmans because they check everyone's ID there, and I don't have my ID card is expired. So until I get my new ID card in the mail, I have to kind of unfortunately for like a week or two not really buy any much. So it kind of sucks, but it'll come eventually in the mail. So then I went back to my apartment in Massachusetts, and then my dad picked me up, nice big ass dad, like the big ass cigar, and we did grocery shopping, and then I put my stuff away in my apartment, came home to my parents' house, and so I'm now home until Sunday. This weekend is Easter weekend. As most of you know, I am not religious myself. I am not religious, so it's not a super special weekend for me. I view Easter as a weekend to enjoy yourself. If you are religious, that's totally fine. I don't talk about religion, that kind of bullshit on my channel. It's like, I don't talk about religion. I don't talk about politics for the most part. Very, very, very rarely do I mention it. I mean, this is probably the first time I've mentioned it in months. So my channel is not about religion. It's not about politics. People ask me all the time, like, hey, Smokey Nasty, you should talk about politics. You should talk about this crap. It's like, not my cup of tea. So Easter for my family, we don't really do anything that special. We don't go to church. It's like, we we're not the kind of family that celebrates, huge party, ham, potatoes, carrots, broccoli, chocolate pie for dessert. It's like, we're the kind of family where it's going to be, we're going to have a typical, brunch or lunch or breakfast, and my mom will give me an Easter basket. So, yep, give me an Easter basket, and yeah, so, and the best part about Easter is probably the candy, the best part about Easter is the candy. It's actually kind of funny. I don't want to get too much into this, I don't want to get too much into this, but I don't want to offend anybody. But I was actually at Target today, and I was actually walking around, and I was not really eavesdropping, but I was more overhearing what somebody was saying. I was overhearing what this person was saying to their daughter. It was this, young mother and this, kid, and she was basically saying, "Oh, Easter's not about, Easter bunny. It's not about, candy. It's not about coloring eggs. It's probably about, she was probably going to say it's about religion, and yeah, not to me. It's like, if it brings you comfort, it's like, that's perfectly fine. But I'm not going to get into a big debate about that kind of bullshit, So I wouldn't say it bothered me to hear her over saying that. I obviously wasn't eavesdropping. It's like, but I was kind of like overhearing her conversation because she was right next to me when I was going to the checkout line. And it's like, yeah, I mean, the only thing I would say is if I was the parent and I had a kid who was probably 5 years old, 6 years old, I wouldn't push that much on that kid. It's like, honestly, does a 5 or 6 year old kid need to know that? It's like, I mean, I'm not telling you how to parent your kids. It's like, but honestly, a 5 or 6 year old kid needs to be coloring eggs. They need to be hunting for Easter bunny baskets. It's like, do they really need to be going to whatever? I'm not going to get into a big debate. I bet you get the point. So I don't know. I just don't agree with that personally. So. So yeah, I understand for a lot of people it's a very, very, very special weekend. Easter's a very, very special weekend. It's one of the, holiest weekends of the year. So for Christians and Catholics and Protestants, but obviously for me it's more about just like, getting some candy and maybe getting a few gifts, Yep, just a nice weekend. I love that seltzer water. Love that sparkling water. This sparkling water contains 0 sugar, 0 sodium. It's like tap water, except it's has flavors. Probably not quite as good for you as tap water because it's really starting to glare on the camera. I'm sorry about that glare. Probably not quite as good for you as tap water, but. Yeah, so, yeah, the seltzer water is really good for you. Yeah. So this will be a nice long weekend for me because the grocery store is closed on Sunday. Yeah, they're closed on Sunday. Ooh, ooh, inhaled a little bit of that foot smoke. Oh, shit, wow. Yes, they're closed on Sunday, and I will have a nice long weekend, and then I'll go back to work on Monday morning, to do the carts, nice big ass carts like the Big Ass Cigar. Excuse me, and yeah, it'll be a nice long weekend because I do enjoy always having an extra day off. And I've had obviously since Wednesday afternoon off. I got off of work at Wednesday at 1. So yeah. So I've had a good week, and I'll be getting my hours pretty soon on my my email, or not my email, but my employment website. There's an employment website I log into to get my employment schedule. So my work schedule. So probably get that around like 6 or 7. So. I'm sure it'll be the same as every week, but the only difference will be I won't be working Sunday because the store is closed on Easter. So. Yeah, so it's a nice long weekend. Probably enjoy myself. Have a nice day, and yeah. So that is about it. Almost 20 minutes long. Not going to make this video too long. Okay. So I will see you guys later. Anyway, pretty fucking cool. Bye.